Hello, good day everyone. Today we are going to report about technology and humanity cross. Next slide, please. The expectations or the learning outcomes for this topic are we can illustrate the different technological advancement in society, discuss the development of science and technology in the Philippines, and discuss the effects of the interplay between technology and humanity through the dilemmas they face. Next slide. Okay, before we formally start, I would like to introduce myself and my group mates. I am Chloe Maria Rodriguez, and we have Paul Ayan Santillan, Jade Luke Reyes, John Robledo, Lawrence Regner, Dave Sidlakan, and Kyle Siglos. Okay, when we talk about technology, what comes in your mind when you heard the word technology? So it could be gadgets, machines, programming, and electronics, diba? So, all of these are correct. They are the product of what we call technology. So, next, what is technology? So, technology is basically an application of science, and whether we like it or not, every member of society is in some way directly or indirectly impacted by technology. Uh, and most people survive their everyday lives with great dependence on the technological advancement available to masses. So I guess we all agree, especially in this time, in our situation, na online classes, like everything, we need to be connected through technology, and we can agree also now we have greatly reliance on technology. And next, please. Technology plays a vital role, so it's an already an inevitable part of the society. Next, please. And so with that, um, is technology nowadays a necessity or a want? Kamo guys, kagrupo na ko, necessity or want?
A want that turned into a
Necessity.
necessity.
Necessity. So yeah, well I think all of us, necessity ang answer. So there are a lot of technology na gi-offer. So there are four out of many technology offers. So, example, maps on traveling and transportation in traveling. So, technology offers a convenience. Next is pleasure. Technology offers pleasure or entertainment. Okay, in our phones right now, on televisions, laptops, cinemas, they are all product of technology, and it offer us a pleasure and happiness. And in communication, so technology made us to communicate easily. Example, karon nagreporta. So this is already communication. Yeah, next please. But please take note that anything too much is bad, and there are several dilemmas in every technological devices we use, and we need to know them for us to be aware. And misuse and uh, invention to produce bad results. Well, of course, it's true because technology aid us to do good, not the other way around. So this is the technology. Now let's proceed to the next topic.
So thank you, Chloe. So now let's proceed to the next topic, which is television sets, mobile phones, computers, and humanity. Next slide, please. So as we all know, TV It is the best platform for advertising placements. It is also people's lives are greatly influenced by television. Next slide, please. Television from 1928 until the present. So dako jud kay kausaban ang television no kay sa una usara ka gamay nga box nga karon kay nanay mga flat screen. Next slide please. So kani siya si Kuan Paul Gottlieb Nipkow. He was an German technician and inventor. He invented the Nipkow disc, which laid the foundation of television since his disc was a fundamental component in the first television. So kani day si Paul Gottlieb, siya day ang kauna-unahan nga tao nga nag-invent sa kuan television. At his young age of 23, he proposed a method that was capable of the task and received a patent for his invention. What Nipkow referred to as an electric telescope was actually the forerunner of modern television. The innovative system was based upon a simple device known as the Nipkow disc. Next slide please. So mo ni yang nahimo kaning electric telescope which dere muskaan ang television in which the light intensities of small portions of an image are successively analyzed and transmitted. Next slide please. Then sunod kay nag-evolve man ang television. So kani silang duha si Alan Archibald Campbell Swinton o si Boris Rosing. Duha ni sila ka mga inventor nga nag-collab to make the television become more innovative. Next slide please. So mo nilang nabuhat silang duha kay si Alan Campbell. He was a Scottish consulting electrical engineer who has provided the theoretical basis for the electronic television 2 decades before the technology existed to implement it. O kani si Boris Rosing, he was a Russian scientist and inventor in the field of television. So ang pag-collab nilang duha nakahimo sila og kanang nindot nga mas nindot nga mas nindot mas nindot nga type sa TV. And now let's move on to the next medium of technology which is the mobile phone.
So the mobile phones. So the mobile phones are one of the most influential piece of technology in 21st century. So as we all know, it is very portable, handheld, which makes it to the term influential. Now let's move on to the next slide. As we can see here, evolution of mobile phones from 1990s where the antennas are very long and the keypads are displayed to the modern phones which are the touch screens and high technology computer. Next slide please. So as Filipinos, we are we love to use other phones anywhere, anytime to interact, communicate, or socialize with other Filipinos or people around the world. Half of the Filipino population own at least one mobile phone regardless of the type. So kids nowadays aging from 5 years old are early introduced to this kind of technology, which are the mobile phones, promoting the educational videos and the nursery rhymes. 1 out of 3 Filipinos cannot live without mobile phone. As the Media Atlas Philippines nationwide urban survey in from 2011 to 2012. Next slide, please. So let's move on to the computers and laptops, which is clearly versatile than the mobile phones. Let's move on to the next slide. So it is used in a variety of settings such as work, in education, for playing games, web browsing, for personal multimedia, and for general home computer use. Most profits gained by computer and laptop manufacturers come from offices, businesses, or schools. Next slide, please. So here we see Charles Babbage, which we all know as the father of modern computers. He is credited with inventing the first mechanical computer in 1837 with a name called analytical engine that contained ALU or arithmetic logic unit, basic flow control, punch cards inspired by the loom created by Jacquard loom, and integrated memory. So he also led to more complex electronics designs, which made him the father of modern computers and credited for being the one to develop the first automatic digital computer. So here we see the Osborne 1, invented by Adam Osborne. It was the first widely accepted portable computer, or like the laptop in our modern times, that included a monitor, disk drives, and all components. However, it did not include a battery and required plugging into a main socket. A battery pack later became available, which offered only 1 hour of usage. Next slide, please. So here the facts about the Filipinos and usage of gadgets and internet. Mobile phone subscription is at 119 million, 3.2 hours on mobile and 5.2 hours on desktop daily. So as we all know, we are called, or the Philippines is the social media capital of the world, which has the highest digital population in the world. It is the fastest growing application market in Southeast Asia. So as applications arise, we are exposed to the apps like it is a trend. So we try it, and the marketing strategies of the Southeast Asia are have been developed. Now let's move on to technology and humanity cross in robotics and humanity.
So, hello guys, good day. So, what comes in your mind when we say robot? Saman, duaan or murag crush ninyo kay way feelings din manhid daw. Char. So, robot is an actuated mechanism programmable into or more access with a degree of autonomy moving within its environment to perform intended tasks. But autonomy in this context means the ability to perform intended tasks based on current state and sensing without human intervention. So when we say programmable, it means one, coded instructions for the automatic performance of the task. So kuanan na siya, matik na siya sa kung na kibaw na sila, diretso na na kung silbi kanang arrange na daan ba. murag computer nga na. So next slide please. So personal service robot. So unsa man ning personal service robot? So kaning personal service robot type ni siya sa service robot nga makatabang pod nato sa atong daily life. So a personal service robot or a service robot for personal use is a service robot used for a non-commercial task, usually by laypersons. Examples are domestic servant robot, automated wheelchair, personal mobility assist robot, and pet exercising robot. So makatabang din siya especially sa panimalay or at home. So obviously, it's not science fiction anymore. Robots can be seen all over our homes, helping with household chores, reminding us of our schedules, and even entertaining our kids. And the most well-known example of home robots is the autonomous vacuum cleaner na kuan kanang robot ni siya nga from the word vacuum limpyo ni siya sa atong mga panimalay. And mas high-tech siya kay siya na automatic na siya na mo limpyo ba. So next slide please. So professional service robot. So same rin sila nga makatabang nato sa atong kuan. Same rin sa personal service robot na makatabang. So, a personal service robot or a service robot for a professional use is a service robot used for a commercial task, usually operated by a properly trained operator. Examples are cleaning robot for public places, delivery robot in offices or hospitals, firefighting robot, rehabilitation robot, and surgery robot in hospitals. In this context, an operator is a person designated to start, monitor, and stop the intended operation of a robot or robot or a robot system. So, ang kalahian na ning professional service robot o ang personal service robot kay mas kuan siya, mas will kanang properly trained operator program siya kay kanang mas dako man siya matrabaho kaysa sa personal service robot. Like example, kaning professional service robot kay sa ubang country ng sa nay restaurant nga ang mo serve nila kay mga robots ng murag kuan ba waiter ba nga na. So high tech na kay ngadto. So next reporter kay si Siglos lang mo kuan mo padayon.
Okay. Roles played by robotics. Next slide, please. Is the workload of mankind. Robots can easily accomplish tasks without errors or mistakes. Robots are made up of machines, computer controlled, and their movements are accurately calculated. So there's nothing to worry about because aside from it performs well, it can also lessen and make our work easy and smooth. Make life more efficient and less stressful. Again, robot can easily accomplish tasks without errors or mistakes. So wala na hassle. Kaya with the help of robots, job can be done well. Perform complicated activities. Um, Examples are factories. Kay factories mostly nagamit og kanang robotic machines to perform repetitive tasks. Kay when we say factories monggo dako na siya, dako murag mga himuanan og product factories, companies sad mga inana. So dili sila magamit kayo og manual kay aside na hassle ang manual na si tendency nga dagan og sayop. So instead they use robotic machines kay mas effective man siya. Also in the field of medicine, robotics played important roles. In fact, robotic surgery is now used in different places like asa to help doctors perform during surgical operations or procedures. Leisure, entertainment in parks and exhibits like sa Disneyland na mga display adto na robots, toys, child friendly, understandable na kay na. Also used in movies Like some movies kay excuse me, some movies kay mga characters kay robots like Terminator, Star Trek, Star Wars, Transformer. But in making movies sad nagamit sad na sila og robotics kay there are some film creator nga ni-adapt sa automated system for recording moving images. Next slide please. Ethical dilemmas faced by robotics. Next slide. Who should be held accountable if someone's safety is compromised by a robot? Who should be blamed? The robot, the agent using the robot, or the maker or inventor of the robot? So maybe someone would say na ang robot or ang nag-invento or ang agent. So maka-create ag mga theories regarding ani kung kinsag yun. But under the law, under product liability law, manufacturers are liable when their thinking machines cause harm. Next slide, please. It is not completely impossible for robots to develop emotions. What if robots become sentient? Should they be granted robots' right? So it is not completely impossible for robots to develop emotions. So not completely. So means 50-50. Na chance na masentient sila, nasa chance na dili. But it is difficult man sad to even define emotions. And it is not possible for artificial intelligence to replicate human emotions. So maura to siya. Next slide.
Human rights in order to uphold such rights in technological ethical dilemmas. What are human rights? Human rights are rights inherent to all human beings regardless of race, sex, nationality, ethnicity, language, region, or any other status. Human rights included the right to life and liberty, freedom from slavery and torture, freedom of option and expression, the right to work and education, and many more. Everyone is entitled to these rights without discriminations. In other words, human rights are the basic rights and freedoms that belongs to every person in the world from birth until death. They applied regardless of where you are from, what you believe, or how you choose to live your life. They can never be taken away, although they can sometimes be restricted. For example, if a person breaks the law or in the interest of national security, these basic rights are based on shared values like dignity, fairness, equality, respect, and independence. These values are defined and protected by law. So human rights kailangan jud kina nato na para makakakuha og freedom. Then Article 1, all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. They are endowed with reason and conscience and should act towards one another in the spirit of brotherhood. So, ang pasabutan na kay equal kailangan equal jud tanan sa atong rights. One, we are born free and equal to dignity rights. Article 2, everyone is entitled to all the rights and freedoms set forth in this declaration without distinction of any kind such as race, color, sex, language, religion, political or other opinion, national or social origin, property, birth, or other status. Furthermore, no distinction shall be made on the basis of the political jurisdiction, jurisdiction, dictational or international statutes of the country or or territory to which to which person belongs, whether it be independent, trust, non-self-governing, or under any other limitations of souvenir. So sa Article 2 kay everyone's rights to life shall be protected by law. Kailangan natay freedom from discrimination. Article 3. Everyone has the rights to life, liberty, and the security of the person. So, kanin article kay right to our life, liberty, and personal security. Article 4. No one shall be held in slavery or servitude. Slavery and the slave trade shall be prohibited in all other forms. So, kailangan natay freedom from slavery. Slavery. Dili ta mo trabaho para nila. Article 5. No one shall be subjected to torture or to cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment or punishment. So, this article in this article kailangan dili pwede pasubraan ng punishment. Nga og sa kanina na article is freedom from torture and degrading treatment. Article 6. Everyone has the right to recognition everywhere as the person before the law. In this article, it protects your right to a fair trial. Article 7. All are equal before the law and are entitled without any discrimination to equal protection of the law. All are entitled to equal protection against any discrimination in violation of this declaration and against any incitement to such discrimination. In this article, this is the right to equality before the law, the principle that allow people must be equally protected by the law. Article 8. Everyone has the right to an effective remedy by the competent national tribunals for acts violating the fundamental rights granted him by the Constitution or by the law. In this article, we have the right to respect for your family and private life, your home, and your correspondence. Article 9. No one shall be subjected to arbitrary arrest, detention, or exile. In this article, this protects your right to hold both religious and non-religious belief. This is an absolutely right, which means it can be interfered with by the states. Now, it also includes the rights to choose or change your religion or belief. It is also means that you can be forced to have a particular religion. Article 10. Everyone is entitled in full equality to a fair and public hearing by an independent and impartial tribunal in the de- in the determination of his rights and obligations and of any criminal charge against him. In this article, we have the right to fair public hearing and in this article we have the right to our freedom expression and is fundamental to our democracy. Next article is Article 11.
Article 11. So, everyone charged with a penal code offense has the right to be presumed innocent until proved guilty according to law in a public trial at which he has had all the guarantees necessary for his defense. So, if you are blamed for a crime kay inosente ka until ma-proven nga guilty ka sa krimen, iagi ka sa fair and public trial kung asa tagaan ka og kanang basic things nga imo gikinahanglan to defend yourself. And in paragraph 2, no one shall be held guilty of any penal offense on account account of any act or omission which does not constitute a penal offense under national or international law at the time when it was committed, nor shall a heavier penalty be imposed than the one that was applicable at the time the penal offense was committed. So dili sad pwede nga parusahan ang usa ka tawo if magbuhat siya nga dili labag sa batas ug dili sad pwede nga tagan og bugat nga parusa ang tawo ah diha diha dayon right after nitabo ang krimen. So next slide. Article 12. No one shall be subjected to arbitrary interference with his privacy, family, home, or correspondence, nor to attacks upon his honor and reputation. Everyone has the right to the protection of the law against such interference or attack. So, wala bisag kinsa nga tawo ang dapat maghilabot sa iyang pribadong kinabuhi sa pamilya, sa balay, iya ang mga dokumento, mga gamit, suwat o kanang walay bisag kinsa ang moatake sa imuha, labi na kung ang atake nila is against your honor and reputation. Everyone has the right to kanang sa protection of the law against such attacks or interference. And Article 13. Everyone has the right to freedom of movement and residence within the borders of each state. Ang bisag kinsa daw kay naay karapatan og freedom kung asa siya ganahan nga mopuyo within the borders of the states. Example, if ikaw taga Cebu ka, nga ganahan ka mopuyo sa Baguio, na kay karapatan sa kung asa ka ganahan mopuyo basta sulod lang sa border sa Pilipinas. And in paragraph 2, everyone's the right to live in the country including his own and to return to his country. Bisag kinsa naay karapatan sad nga mobiya sa iyang nasod or madto sa laing nasod or mobalik sa iyang nasod kung kanus siya ganahan basta ah, wala wala lay kanang kautusan or sugo nga nagbawal sa iya to go to other countries. Like example, pag pandemic, bawal mo adto sa laing nasod ang mga tao or mari sa atong nasod because of kanang pandemic. Then sa Article 14, uh, Article 14. Everyone has the right of movement and residence within the borders of each state. Same lagi yapon. So sa Article 14 kay sa paragraph 1 bisag kinsa nga tawo naay karapatan para moadto sa laing nasod para mangayo og tabang og kung iya tan-aw nga giharas siya wala basihan sa iyang kaugalingon nga nasod. And sa paragraph 2 ang gi-state diri uh, kani kuno nga right is not applicable sa mga kaso nga naay basihan. So kung dili kani patungkol sa kanang politika nga krimen. So example lang ni kung naay kaso ang tao diri sa Pilipinas niya nasa joy basihan kanang dili siya pwede nga moadto sa laing nasod. Then Article 15 kaning everyone has the right to a nationality. Kaning everyone has the right para sa iya nationality. If American siya niya ganahan siya mahimo nga Filipino, kanang pwede kaayo basta mosunod ra siya sa kinahanglan para ma-convert siya pagka Filipino. And in paragraph 2, no one shall be arbitrarily deprived of his nationality nor denied the right to change his nationality. Walay bisag kinsa nga dapat kanang pagkaitan sa iyang pagkamamayan or mag-ilis siya sa iya pagkamamayan kay kani daw ang karapatan kay para daw ni sa tanan tao. So everyone kanang no one shall be arbitrarily deprived of his nationality nor denied the right to change his nationality. Dili siya pwede nga pungan. And Article 16, men and women of full age without any limitation due to race, nationality, or religion have the right to marry and to found a family. They are entitled to equal rights as to marriage during the marriage and its dissolution. Ang tanan babae ug lalaki nga naa sa saktong pangidaron kanang has the right nga magpakasal ug magkapamilya ug nang walay limitasyon sa pag-abot sa lahi, ginsay mo ginahan minyuan, nationality or kanang even religion. And paragraph 2, marriage shall be entered into only with the free and full consent of intending spouses. So ang kasal daw kay ihatag ra sa free and full consent sa mga gusto nga magpakasal. It means kanang if gipugos ra ang babae magpakasal sa lalaki, dili pwede kaslon kay ang kasal dili ni siya kanang pinugsunay daw. And in paragraph 3, the family is the natural and fundamental group unit of society and is entitled to protection by society and the state. Ang taga-usa daw nato naday karapatan nga kanang ay ang taga-pamilya kay naisakop na kanang ang taga-pamilya kay sakop na siya sa society and kanang kana sila kay dapat tagaan og karapatan para proteksyonan. Like example sa kanang mga sa pa na like adultery. So kanang dapat proteksyonan jud ang pamilya. Then in Article 17, everyone has the right to own property alone as well as in association with others. Ang taga-usa daw nato kay nay karapatan nga manag-iya sa property kaugalingon ba or kaning association sa ubang tao. And in paragraph 2, no one shall be arbitrarily deprived of his property. Walay bisag kinsa daw ang pwede nga bawalan or kuhaon ng iyang property. Example jud ani kay kaning mga utang-utang kanang og dili kabayad ang nakautang kanang kuhaon dayon or kuhaon din sa nautangan ang yuta sa kanang nautangan. Then uso jud ni siya sa kanang bukid-bukid nun like kanang mga tao daw walay mga alam magbasa kanang mga batas. So in Article 18, next slide. Everyone has the right to freedom of thought, conscience, and religion. This right includes freedom to change his religion or belief, and freedom either alone or in community with others, and in public or private to manifest his religion or belief in teaching, practice, worship, and observance. So, bisag kinsa kuno nga tawo naay karapatan nga mamili sa iya religion. Ko kung natawo ka nga Catholic nya, feeling mo kanang there's something wrong with this religion, then kanang you have the right to choose your religion. Then Article 19, everyone has the right to freedom of opinion and expression. This right includes freedom to hold opinions without interference and to seek, receive, and impart information and ideas through any media and regardless of frontiers. So everyone has the right para kanang mo express sa iya opinion or feeling. Kung nakay kanang hinanakit dia or kanang kalagot, kay you have the right to express. But remember that nga nasa ni siya kanang limits, labi na kung ang pag-express nimo kay kanang nakay na pakauwawan, kanang fake ang imo giingon or nakay napasakitan, then kani nga right kay naa ni siya mga limitation. So be careful sa imo kanang gi-express though nakay kanang freedom of kanang opinion and expression. Then Article 20, everyone has the right to freedom and of peaceful assembly and association. So bisag kinsa kay nato kay nay karapatan nga kanang moapil og tapok-tapok, kanang mag-meeting baron, rally nya, demonstration sa gawas. Basta buhaton nila kini nga kanang peaceful. Kasagaran ni nga rally di sa Pilipinas kay kanang as you kanang nakabantay mo kay kanang basura jud kay ato adring mga tapok-tapok, dili peaceful nga kanang rally magnilabayay nay mag kanang drawing ang kanang sungay, drawing nga nilag sungay kanang politician nga dili nila ganahan, napay kanang magsunog-sunog sila mo nang alihan sila sa mga pulis nya, kanang moreklamo dayon sila nga gi-abuse sa mga pulis nga sumbong dayon sa HR, sa Commission on Human Rights. Then kanang magrally sila nya wala alam sa ila rights, mo nang nanubra ra sila. So sa kaning paragraph 2, no one may be compelled to belong to an association. So wala sa bisag kinsa do diri nga pugson nga moapil sa ila association bisan pag kanang maayo ang ilang tumong like kanang sa balita kanang sa balita nga ako nabasahan kay kanang naay mga universities nga pugson sila apil sa rally and ang mga ang mga estudyante mapugos na lang sad kay mga scholar sila sa kanang university. So dili siya dapat kanang pugson nga moapil sila. So that's against human rights. And Article 21.
Okay, so Article 21, everyone has the right to take part in the government of his, wait lang, kay na lag, wait nawa. Okay. Oh my, okay. So, balik, Article 21. Everyone has the right to take part in the government of his country directly or through freely chosen representatives. Everyone has the right to equal access to public service in his country. People shall be the basis of the authority of government, and this shall be expressed in periodic and genuine elections, which shall be by universal and equal suffrage and shall be held by secret vote or by equivalent free voting procedure. So this Article 21 means that you have the right to have elections where each person's vote counts the same and where everyone's vote is his or her own business. Next slide, please. Article 22. Everyone as a member of society has the right to social security and is entitled to realization through national effort and international cooperation and in accordance with the organization and resources of each state of economic, social, and cultural rights indispensable for his dignity and for the free development of his personality. So Article 22 asserts that economic, social, and cultural rights are indispensable for human dignity and development of the human personality. Next slide. Article 23. Everyone has the right to work, to free choice of employment, to just and favorable conditions of work, and to protection against unemployment. Everyone without any discrimination has right to equal pay for equal work. Everyone who works has the right to just and favorable remuneration, ensuring for himself and his family an existence worthy of human dignity and supplemented, if necessary, by other means of social protection. Everyone has the right to form and to join trade unions for the protection of his interests. So, everyone has the right to work, to free choice of employment. Mura na siya ang bali main point sa Article 23. Next slide. Article 24. Everyone has the right to rest and leisure, including reasonable limitation of working hours and periodic holidays with pay. So, Article 24 simply tells na everyone has the right to work, to free choice of employment. Next, please. Article 25. Everyone has the right to a standard of living adequate for the health and well-being of himself and of his family, including food, clothing, housing, and medical care, and necessary social services, and the right to security in the event of unemployment, sickness, disability, widowhood, old age, or other lack of livelihood in circumstances beyond his control. Mother and childhood are entitled to special care and assistance, and all children, whether born in or out of wedlock, shall enjoy the same social protection. So, Article 25 covers a wide range of rights, including those to adequate food, to water, sanitation, clothing, housing, and medical care, and as well as the protection covering situations beyond one's control such as disability, widowhood, unemployment, and old age. Next. So, Article 26, everyone has the right to education. Education shall be free at least in the elementary and fundamental stages. Elementary education shall be compulsory. technical and professional education shall be made generally available, and higher education shall be equally accessible to all on the basis of merit. And two, education shall be directed to the full development of the human personality and to the strengthening of respect for human rights and fundamental freedoms. It shall promote understanding, tolerance, and friendship among all nations, racial or religious groups, and shall further the activities of the United Nations for the maintenance of peace. And parents have prior right to choose the kind of education that shall be given to their children. So Article 26 states that everyone has the right to education, and that education shall be directed to the full development of the human personality and the strengthening of respect for human rights and fundamental freedoms. Next, please. Article 27. Everyone has the right freely to participate in the cultural life of the community, to enjoy the arts, and to share in scientific advancement and its benefits. And everyone has the right to the protection of the moral and material interest resulting from any scientific, literary, or artistic production of which he is the author. So it says that everyone has the right to freely participate in the cultural life of the community, to share scientific advances and its benefits, and to get credit for their own work. Next slide. Article 28. Everyone is entitled to a social and international order in which the rights and freedoms set forth in this declaration can be fully realized. So, everyone has the right to respect his or her dignity, and no one shall be subjected to torture, cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment. Next slide. Article 29. Everyone has duties to the community in which alone the free and full development of his personality is possible, and in the exercises of his rights and freedom, everyone shall be subject only to such limitations as are determined by law solely for the purpose of securing due recognition and respect for the rights and freedoms of others, and meeting the just requirements of morality, public order, and the general welfare in the democratic society. And these rights or freedoms may in no case be exercised contrary to the purposes and principles of United Nations. So next slide. Article 30. Nothing in this declaration may be interpreted as simplifying for any state, group, or person any right to engage in any activity or to perform any act aimed at the destruction of any rights and freedom set forth herein. So yeah, that's all. That's the end of our report.
So to conclude, when technology and humanity meet, we can witness innovation, addiction, and evolution. There are a lot of pros and cons, but we have no other way than to move forward. That would be all. Thank you.